The years keep on rolling. All right, so for for a musical recap, Jono, you take the lead on that one. No, I thought for a recap, let's just go through and kind of recap where what you as players are up to in the campaign. You know, rather than me being like, "This has happened, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened." I think let's go around and be like, yeah. What's your kind of recap of the campaign, or even like the latest arc of the campaign, and what the kind of plan is now? That doesn't have to be deep or anything like that. But just so we all know where we're up to. So Dale, we'll start with you. Uh, what's what's the story? What are we doing here? Yeah, you're muted.
I know, I was expecting to be muted for a little bit there. What do you mean? Where like
What's happening? What's the recap of the story so far?
the whole story?
Yeah, just what's just happened from your eyes, you know.
It's hard to remember, to be fair.
That's why I'm asking you. I'm prompting the juices.
Juices. Well, I suppose we've just managed to have a little bit of rest after dealing with what we were aiming to deal with, or at least hoping to deal with in the Mournlands. Taking out at least one half of the problem. I think it still feels like there's quite a lot of, like, still quite an important section to take care of on this, so it almost feels like a week of rest, but needed rest for the next part that we're going to have to do.
A little bit of tidy up.
Yes, yeah. I suppose we're almost feels like we're on the final stretch, on the last rung. Very excited, I guess, for the party. Nervous, hoping we can keep on rolling with this and have another successful mission.
Yeah, I feel like the momentum still is behind you guys, and you've got this last thing to take care of after obviously capturing or seeming to imprison the Yellow Emperor in this iron flask. The biggest threat of the world seems to be squashed, but there's still nuisances around that you've got to track down and finish the job. Ian, what's your kind of recap?
Yeah, I think as Dale said, like, I think there's a huge sense of relief in the sense of being able to, like, almost take a breath for the first time, and you know, since we got off that train in Vatheron. I think Molokov is, I think he was more stressed than he was letting himself believe about, you know, he didn't quite understand what was going on with Hera, but there was this thing that she was fighting that he couldn't help her with. And I think that was really stressing him out. And I think the fact, you know, obviously she's still a little bit beaten up from that fight, but you know, I imagine she's not just immediately cured of like that necrotic whatever and all of that, but I imagine, even just in the way she's like holding herself now, she's probably a lot more, upright, a lot more, able to actually get a good night's sleep and things like that. And I think that has opened his not opened his mind, but that's the way, like let him focus on, open his eyes again to like everything else. And I think, as been said, like now it's very much eyes forward. He's been able to take this last, I can't remember how long we were here in Gatherhold, but
about a week.
About a week, yeah. But like been able to use that time to be in his happy place of, all the upgrades he's made to his armor, the refining the wings, refining the
So the ideas you've seen out on the road.
yeah,
You've had that chance to, I think both of you said it, take that with now, but then it's kind of like, okay, there's still 5 minutes left in the game. Like there's still, we're not done yet.
No, yeah. And I think he's very much taken this time to prepare. He knows that there's still a fight to be had, but I think he's a lot more confident about this one, and he's
interesting.
And he's managed, and I think having this time to prepare in the way that he feels very confident about, being able to do his tinkering, do his, refine these inventions, shore up the armor, shore up the shield. I think he's, I don't know if confidence is the right word, but he's, maybe confident is, I'm trying to think of a word, like he's prepared, and I think that means,
I think prepared is a better word.
Yeah.
Going into it with a really bit more of an idea. There's still the risk. There's still your friends and party that are next to you. And we saw in that final fight as well that people can go down. We haven't had a character death, not through lack of not trying, but it's it's never the objective. But I think even when Hero went down in that last fight, it was kind of like, oh, okay, we're still mortals. We can still get affected by things.
For sure.
Jono, it's your recap.
Jalug kind of feels a little bit lost at the moment, I think. It's been very busy in the lead up to this, to the Mournlands and then the fight, but and then he really felt himself coming into like what he's meant to be, what he's meant to be doing, rather than he's not just a fighter, he's not just a bounty hunter. He's actually, like he's embracing these changes, embracing the work that he can be doing and helping people. And he really let himself be that in the aggressive way, but controlled aggression in the fight. And then it certainly wasn't anticlimactic, because it was very climactic, but it's over, but it's not over. He understands it's not over, but the not over part is far beyond him.
Sure.
So he's like, he's done his bit. He's fought. He's helped these others. He's protected people, and not taking all the credit, but like he's captured the Yellow Emperor or some aspect of him and slowed it down. And now they've got this flask that's pulsing, and and he's like, I don't know what to do. And
well, in a way, you would normally end things by killing them, and that's done. It's final. Death has always been a final thing to Jalug. surely.
Yeah.
Whereas this is
But-
the end is not killing the monster. It's what do you do now?
Yeah, and everybody, all these other people, they're like, okay, well, we've got to find someone that can help us actually do this. And so this last week in Gatherhold's been kind of a weird pause for him because everything's been building, and it's like, okay, relax, take time, and he's had to like switch his mind into, oh yeah, this is what I used to do. I used to, cool, the job's done, great. Off to the pub, you're going to,
Yep.
splurge, you're going to do this. And it's been good and he needed it. He needed to refresh. But now it's like he's a little bit lost as to what it is he's going to do. And he knows we're heading off to find someone. And that's it.
Interesting. And Puck. Mhm. Mhm. Sure.
Yeah, but now that that's sorted, he has he's enjoyed his rest, but he knows there's still something he needs to accomplish and something he needs to sort out. So he's ready to go and make that happen. And in a lot of ways, he's, it's two birds with one stone. As others have said, that this is another complication that needs to be sorted out.
Sure.
And for him, it's personal. So I think he's grimly determined to sort of get this done and get it done quick.
Yeah.
Because he
mucking around.
he has a stake in this that the others understand, but they don't have. Yeah, so I think he's ready, and he's been changed by what they've been through. We saw this past week in
Gatherhold.
the Talenta Plains that he was more jovial, he was happier than they probably had seen him for a little while because he's back home and he can relax a little bit. But he's become a lot grimmer. The scars that he wears are now physical and emotional, and he's ready to hopefully leave a bit of that behind, but to sort of let out a bit of that frustration and aggression as well.
Yeah. And still needs it going forward. It's not like, oh, it's over. Let's just lose that momentum, that tension, that drive. And I think that carries over for a lot of the party as well, is that, no, this is we can say someone because it's this character that seems to have been a thorn in the side for a long time. And sure, Jalug might not know them personally, but they've seen what the party has been through and what this means to them. So I think as a party, everyone kind of is in this together to go, let's clean up this last little bit of corruption, and at least then we've done our part. So we kind of open this session, this year, not in a train, but above what looks like a city of a past war. Iron walls surround the city, and the sprawl of not suburban, but like taverns and homes and stuff kind of creep outside the walls. The iron walls have flags on them, red in nature. If anyone was a history or geological buff, they would see that these are Karnathi banners. The nation of Karnath, known for its superiority in the 100-Year War, for providing strong military force to those in need. But even those in need would sometimes doubt the methods that the Karnathis used. Rumors and talks of using necrotic energy to fill the ranks of their soldiers and use them to do a bit of recycling on the battlefield. So this city has that almost grit about it. It's the that dusty metal feeling when you're picking up scrap metal and it gets all over your hands. It's the oils, it's the rust, the grit. But the city is not by any means run down. It almost stands in glory of a past age. As we kind of come into one of the towers in the city, it shows spiral staircases and quite ornate architecture, be it a little bit brutalist. And we hear the heavy footsteps, rushed but heavy footsteps coming down, kind of echoing through the corridors. And we kind of come behind a bit more of a plump man, almost waddling at a speed, scrolls hanging off the side of his belt, nice, almost regal attire, a balding head and rounded spectacles, as Shapiro waddles down this corridor at a speed and opens one of these big iron doors into a dark chamber. We hear him say, Sir, I'm so sorry to disturb, but the procedure has been completed. We kind of hear nothing in response. Shapiro clears his throat and goes, we should be ready to make the announcement soon. And at that point, we can kind of hear in the distance a crowd. They might be chanting, or they might be hustling and bustling. There seems to be some sort of unison in the crowd. Are they protesting? Are they gathering? It's hard to say from this distance. But from within the dark, we hear a cold, calm voice reply. Very well. Tonight, our rise begins, and we see the flickering of two green eyes appear. As that flickers, we see the flicker of the light coming through a train carriage as the lightning rail hurtles up towards Fort Zombie. Molokov, Hera, Puck, Jalug, Ghost, and 5 dinosaur mounts crammed in the back of a lightning rail on the way to Fort Zombie, instructed that although supplies are being sent towards Vedikar, no person has returned as of yet. It's worth investigating what is happening at Fort Zombie, or why there is being a blockade set up to reach the town of Vedikar. It's been about 4 or 5 hours now on the ride, so it's getting that really cramped. You kind of want to stretch, you kind of want to get up and walk around, but you catch a glimpse outside the little slits in the carriage, and the speed that the lightning rail is going, you would not be able to jump off. And you'll notice that the terrain has changed from the Talenta Plains to the nation of Karnath. And although it is still barren, the plants almost look withered. They look mossy and moldy. The ground looks like it has been used for harvest but hasn't been used in years. It's kind of got an essence of a land that once was fruitful and no longer is. As we kind of take this moment, the party kind of looks round and checks in with each other. You estimate there's probably another half an hour or so before you arrive at Fort Zombie. Would anyone like to say anything or do anything?
I imagine that Puck has been this way before, being
Yep.
not terribly far from where he grew up.
Yep.
So I think he's probably less surprised at the state of things than the
Sure.
others might be. But I think he's probably not saying something. He's probably not thinking about them and how they're feeling or what they're seeing unless someone asks him. He's
Yep.
just, probably out in front, grim determination, just sort of preparing himself for what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably worth saying as well, is that like this landscape is not like, oh, the villain is now in this landscape, everything is dead and around it. No, this is just what Karnath is like. It's that old soil, it's you've seen it before. So that change in landscape doesn't shock you. Harry, you were going to say something?
Yeah. And like I know sort of what you just said, like this is just the landscape here, but I think almost Harry's probably sitting, in that little bounce that you do on fucking trains.
Yep.
And just sort of thinking about how she was sitting in the city before that we're at, watching the people, the bustle, the life, and just almost just that second of the contrast, and now we're back on the mission, and it's almost like that relaxed sensation is disappearing now that we're coming up. We're almost at Fort Zombie, and it's kind of like, okay, shit, I'm not focused on life anymore. We're got to focus on the other side of things.
Yeah.
That sort of maybe taking like a deep breath and just sort of taking in, looking around at the party and remembering, okay, these are the people we're with. This is our goal now. Like, have to watch each other's back, sort of thing.
Yeah, and you do that little bounce because you're not in seats, you're in the last carriage of the train, hidden away, not checked in or anything, crammed in here with the rest of your party. About half an hour more passes in silence as everyone kind of just waits. And then you feel almost that pull, that roller coaster drop of the stomach as the lightning rail slows down. And the click clack of the pylons under the lightning rail slow. There are no windows in this carriage, but you see little statements of barricades start to appear. Before, it doesn't really screech to a stop, but I imagine the winding down of the electricity of the lightning rail echoes through the carriage. And as you pull into the station, you see large arcs of stone that the train pulls through. And finally, that shunt forward rocks you guys back and forth. You then hear a voice echo through the station, like it is coming through loudspeakers. Attention, anyone aboard the Lightning Rail. By decree of Josu Kearing, we will now search the train. Anyone aboard must admit themselves and be taken for questioning in the station. And you hear as the doors kind of unlatch, but they don't swing open, kind of thing. What would you like to do?
Can I just check, Reese? That's like completely out of order. Like that's not a thing that he has
100%.
any authority to do.
100%, yeah.
And who runs the trains?
The trains are run by House Lysander, I believe.
Okay.
But
I think that's what's running.
Go on.
I was just gonna say, I think that's what's running through Puck's head of like, he has absolutely no authority to do that. Is another house in on this conspiracy? Like, what is going on? Obviously, doesn't want us to get searched or anything like that, but is mostly like running through like, how deep does this go in his head?
Sure.
I love the idea
We
of-
got told that they weren't going past Fort Zombie though anyway, right? So we were anticipating because we got told that there's a blockade. So it's not unusual that this would have.
What were you going to say here?
I was just thinking, I love the idea of Puck being like, no, I know my rights. Excuse me. I did not search my person without reasonable suspicion. So
I'm filming you.
It's that, but he is also like, one of the most dangerous people that, on the train kind of thing. Like, it's like, no, you're not touching me. And if you do, you will regret it.
Yeah.
So are we with the dinosaurs?
Yeah, they're in the same carriage. Yep.
Okay.
So
I'll turn around and look at everyone.
in this box. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so I'll turn and look at everyone and go like, do we just leg it? Light a fire and run away while they're sorting it out?
Is it a metaphorical fire or
Quite literal.
it's a good distraction. I mean, to be fair, they're starting at the start of the train, at the first carriage. We might be able to just slip out, but
I think giving a reason for everyone to want to leave the train will help us have some more cover.
it's true.
you see the metal in Molokov's hand just start heating up?
I'll
say the word.
Yeah, I'll gather some of the hay and things that are here for the animals, and I've got some lamp oil.
Nice.
And what are you grumbling at? I'll gather everything up in like the corner that we're not in, far away from the door. And I'll say, I think we might need to light this, to stay as long as we feel we can, and start yelling fire, and then get out and run.
That's actually smart. It'll give us a chance to use maybe some of the smoke as some cover as well.
So I'll get that prepared, and I'll look over at Molokov and go, ready when you are.
All right. Sort of getting the nod from everyone.
Yep.
He sort of clicks his fingers and spark appears in his hands, and it just starts sparkling over at the other end, this almost greenish flame, and then catches all this fuel using... I'll stand as far away as I can, which Duracraft lets me stand 30 feet away.
Yeah, nice.
Doing that.
The carriage wasn't huge, but you stand far enough away and light fire. When it sparks, the mounts kind of get up and start bolting around. You feel this carriage kind of shake a little bit as they move. I'm going to need a group animal handling check, please. And so I will take
Am I at like disadvantage or something because mine doesn't like me? Or...
no, just a straight group check.
All right.
I was actually going to ask, do I have advantage because I have a very close bond with mine?
Go advantage. As a group check, I'm going to take the lowest roll anyway out of everyone.
13.
I rolled 2 15s for a 17.
Oh, nice. Nice.
You said you're taking the group's lowest roll.
Yes,
Not an
that
average?
that is correct.
It's a total of 4.
4, okay.
Or 14 for hero.
14 for hero. And what would you get, Johnny? Oh, 13. All right, as you kind of light this, Molokov, as you're still trying to suss out. I think you took Tangleclaw.
I think the
and-
animals wouldn't have even been in his mind when
Yeah.
he lit the fire. Like, it wouldn't have even... It would have been something like... he would have been watching the fire and then started hearing the note. It was like, oh
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
And Tanglefoot is almost reciprocating the attempt to try and bond with you, and was kind of like right over your shoulder as you then spark this flame out and bolts backwards, and kind of hits the door as it kind of and slides open a little bit. As the fire is starting in the back, you look out the window, the door that slid open, and you see a little orb floating there, golden in nature with an eye in the middle, as it kind of blinks twice as it looks inside this carriage. And I will move you to the map here. As you see this monodrone floating just outside the carriage, looking at you, would anyone like to do anything as the fire is now starting up?
It's Christmas.
It is? Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Fort Zombie is actually a really lovely, welcoming, joyous place.
It's real festive.
Yeah, it's just a name. I'm gonna basically, my plan was to wait for the fire to sort of be like pretty hard to put out, and then
Gotcha.
start yelling fire.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to call it like,
Yeah.
you know, when they could come in and throw a bucket of water and it's okay. But once it's like,
Yeah.
hey, it's taken over. That was my plan. So I don't know how far that has progressed. Like, I imagine there's a fair bit of straw. Like, it's gone up pretty big. Whether or not it's
like
taken.
it's definitely caught. I would say it's not engulfing the carriage yet, but this thing is looking in at you guys and seems to be taking. It goes from one person to the other, and it's kind of looking around. You can see it kind of blinking.
Yeah. As it looked over towards me, if I saw it, I would have slipped my mask on.
Sure.
And probably call that to everyone else masks up if they still have those ones that make their faces
Oh yeah, nice. Go
less
there.
recognizable. But whether or not, you know, it got a photo off before then of the group or something, I don't know. Yeah, that's my plan. So if fire has taken and I've called out for everyone to put masks on, I'm going to start yelling fire.
Cool.
And then probably surreptitiously, I'm going to take out my sword, turn it on, and use that to kind of like light some of the cushions on the couches like around me on fire as well, just to sort of be like lots of fire. And then we're gonna. My plan is to like lead everyone off the carriage and out.
Sure. So you yell out fire as it catches in this carriage. And I guess I'll also put these guys over here. Whoop. I think Whisper Step's the only one that doesn't come because Ghost isn't here. You yell out fire. And as you do, you see this monodrone kind of like turn from the pupil turns from blue to red as it starts going. As you kind of start jumping off the carriage on this direction. Just quickly, as you can see, up front is the tunnel that the train has gone in. And to the left and the right, there are platforms and then drops on each platform. It seems that this archway here goes up and then there are things around the corner that you haven't found yet. But yeah, the modron starts beeping as you jump off the carriage.
And sorry,
So
we're jumping off on
this side.
Yeah. Whatever you are, get help. Go.
See it kind of looks at you, Molokov, saying, get help. And its eye turns from red to green and starts beeping even louder. And you hear over the loudspeakers around the station, attention all, there seems to be an incident in the last carriage. Please attend. But the Modron does not move.
And yeah, sort of as we got off, the helmet would have come up over.
Nice.
Because yeah, again, I don't think he would have been prepared for something to be taking a picture
Sure.
as the door opened. But yeah, as of now,
comes over.
Helmet up.
That's when you can hear footsteps in the distance. They sound in time regimented.
Got to go. Yeah, if I sort of jump down and out, can I see anyone approaching? How do we? Could I
on the ground
time frame?
You kind of look up and you can see like shadows probably casting down onto the train. The further carriage is up. You can't see down the platform unless you climb up onto it. But you see about 4 or 5 shadows coming down.
And that's up north.
About here, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Oh shit. I suppose wouldn't have gone that far trying to coax Tangle Claw down off the come on. Gotta get out of the fire. Bad. Fire.
It does follow you off the train as the fire starts growing larger. Sorry, Ghost. Let's get you out of there.
Just message Michael.
Yeah.
Ghost wasn't actually fast enough, sorry.
He likes red things. Puck has an idea. And the idea is that he wants to talk to Swiftscale, tell Swiftscale to just leg it down the tracks the other way. And then he wants to join
backwards.
Yeah, like just away from the train, like away into the wilderness, for lack of a better term. And then he wants to try and jump up on with Ghost because they're both very lightweight.
Yep.
And like, oh, we got to chase this. You know, our dinosaur's running away. We got to catch it, kind of thing, as our excuse to run away. That's that's my thought.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I'm allowed to do that, I will give Swiftscale instructions to just leg it until he hears my horn. Or I don't know, whatever. I'm able to communicate with him somewhat.
Swiftscale looks down at you, gives you kind of like a nod and a nudge, and then sprints off backwards the way that the train had come.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait! Oh, no! We've got to catch him! We've got to catch him! And then everyone telling everyone, mount up, let's go, let's like we got to catch him.
Nice. So who are you? So you're jumping on Ghost's mount?
That was the plan because we're both small.
Mm-hmm. So you both jump on Whisper Step. As you still hear the footsteps approaching. What is Hera, Jalug, and Molokov doing?
Very tentatively. Because I imagine we haven't had much even. Like, we've had the train ride, so maybe he's been able to give him a scratch under the chin and, some words, but we haven't ridden these things yet, really.
Not yet, no.
So I imagine even getting up and on him is an awkward endeavor.
Yep.
But Molokov will attempt to see sort of this plan unfolding know that it's Swift Scale that's running, so it's probably this is planned.
Yep.
And will attempt to get up and on Tangleclaw, and
Nice.
as they run, try and follow.
Before you do that, Puck, you successfully get on with Ghost, and you kind of like round it off. You don't have to sprint off straight away. You can kind of still check in with your party and see what's going on there. But Molokov, you will have to make that animal handling check. But first, before you roll that, what is Jalug and Hera doing? As the flames are now wrapping around the outsides of this carriage.
Is the Modron, so it's just there like green?
Blinking. Yeah, blinking, kind of like, but locking on to you guys, almost like it's alarming, or maybe it's the carriage as well, but it's almost like it's the beacon that people are responding to.
Yeah, I'll mount up, and as I'm going out, I like to chuck my, as it's been described, made by Molokov, hand axe.
Nice.
At the eye.
Cool. Do you want to roll to hit? First roll of combat.
Yeah, well, let's see how we do. What is it? Oh, it's not bad.
Oh, really?
I don't know if we can see it. I don't know. Is that lined up or not? I can't tell.
Nice.
Did I get the 20?
They got the 20. You can roll for damage if you would like to.
Well, it's the first time using this awesome. That's max damage. That's a 6 plus the max anyway. So that's 19 points of damage as
Nice.
this hand jumps on. I imagine, the Red Fang leaping out, and he throws it and continues, and then just sticks his hand back out as it comes back. So
Nice.
I don't know what's happened to the Modron, but the axe comes back and he's like, "Fucking A."
You just hear the clank of metal fall on the ground as, with a total of 5 hit points, you rip through this thing as it kind of falls to the ground, and you jump onto Red Fang and start riding off. Here, what are you doing?
How much does the dead little robot weigh, would you say?
I could probably tell you. Do they have their weights on them?
I did wonder if...
Oh, no, it's got size, doesn't it? So it's tiny.
Okay. I will mount... I guess Red Fang is my one.
I think you got Dart Scale. You got Dart Scale.
Oh, that's right, because it's the zoomy one. And sort of pull him out of the carriage and pop him down, and then sort of jump on. And I'm just going to cast a Mage Hand and get the Mage Hand to pick up the body and toss it into the burning carriage.
Interesting. Throw it into the carriage. Yeah, no check required. The Mage Hand kind of like scoops up these bits and throw them into the carriage. And you're following suit. You're darting out of there.
Yep. I'll just follow in the party.
Okay. As everyone starts to make the move, Molokov, you can now make that roll on animal handling.
Yeah. So, lot just happened. That was brilliant. Sort of feeling a little almost a sense of pride seeing the axe used for the first time, but then turning back and sort of giving him a pat on the neck. Work with me here, buddy, and tries to vault up with a. Oh my god, that's so cocked. Hang on. With a.
You'll roll it in the tray.
That's an 18 for a 19.
An 18 for a 19. You kind of like pull Tangleclaw off the carriage, and as it does, it loses its footing a bit and does that awkward jump down, and then you're like, I've got to get on this beast. So you just almost brute force it, and it doesn't like it, but it kind of responds to it as like, okay, this is what we're doing, rather than like, I want to do this. And as all the other dinosaurs almost start their kind of like running, it follows suit, and you will round the back of this train. And so what I'll do actually is I'll pop you back over here as you kind of just ride for a solid little bit, following Puck's lead. Swift Scale's just gone out of the station, and by the time you kind of realize, I guess, who was last to leave Molokov, so give me a perception check.
That's a 2 on the dice, so I think that's a 3. He is very focused on the DM.
Trying to hold on to Tangle Claw as you kind of ride out, and you don't take notice of what happens behind you, but you guys ride for a solid couple of minutes, and then kind of start slowing down, and you're now far enough away that you can see Fort Zombie, but you have left its perimeter, and you don't know whether you were clocked leaving or not. But you kind of now find yourselves out on almost like a bit of a hill bank. There are... It's kind of like it's not a swamp as sorts, but it's very mossy green grass that looks like it's not aged well. It's very muddy around here. Not like quicksand, not like up to your knees in mud, but it's just very... what's the biome I'm looking for?
Like
Marsh?
Swampy?
Yeah, kind of marsh, but like not fully water. Almost boggy, that kind of vibe. But you kind of all slow down and Swift Scale rounds and comes back into you, Puck. As you guys now up, definitely a fair ways away, and you can see in the distance Fort Zombie, and it's not huge. It's not a huge town. Its main structure is the station, and you can see that there are kind of like stone buildings built around it as such. But on the northern side of the city, you can see that the tracks and pylons have been ripped out. They have been almost demolished, so that the lightning rail cannot continue through to Vedica. And you do see like that trail of smoke coming out from the back of the station, as that carriage now, you imagine, would be fully engulfed, whether they are attending to it, whether they're uncoupling it and rolling the carriage away from the city, or putting it out of water. You don't know. You're too far to see that.
Are we too far to get a sense of how busy the city is?
You can give me a perception check if you want to take a beat.
Yeah, just to like, obviously we've come back from, I guess, the station, which is the main building.
Yeah.
But see, there's a handful of other buildings we can see up to where they've pulled the pylons and stuff out. But is there not hustle and bustle, but is there activity, I guess, or is it oddly quiet? It's not fantastic. Perception. 14.
14. It's not a city. It's a fort. So the station is part of this kind of central building with some walls around it. There's probably facilities within it, and there's probably a couple of encampments outside it. But even with a 14 here, this place does not seem to have any life about it. It seems quiet, and you see that smoke trail seems to be the most active part about this fort. That little glow of green at the bottom of Molokov's fire. If you were to know any better, you would have said that this is an abandoned fort.
With us sneaking around and coming back in from another entry point, see if we can gather any information, or do we just avoid this place entirely?
What about your little spy in your pocket? We could send him if he's still around. I actually haven't. I don't think we've seen Patrick. And
Patrick
pulls out a dead bird.
That would be
He
on
goes
brand, though.
home. He goes home when I'm not using him. I also don't. Oh no, I can cast it as a ritual. Which I believe would take an hour.
That's right, yeah.
I think. Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Given they were doing something they have no authority to do and stopping the trains and searching the trains, either they've got another great house on side, or that place is just as corrupted as Vedekar might be. I'm not sure what information we're going to gather there. I'd say we're better off charging into the hills around Vedekar and maybe sending in a scout from there.
What do you know how far we are from Vedekar on Dinosaur Back?
DM.
Couple I was just getting my ruler. So it's a 5-day on foot. So I'd probably shave a day off.
2, 3, okay, 4.
3 days. 3 days.
Yep.
3 full days of travel.
Yep. Cool. What time is it, by the way? Sorry.
I think you left early morning, so we'll call it lunchtime, afternoon.
Okay, cool. I think we should try and get as much distance as we can in today, make a camp, and then we can work out what the plan is. But I would say we're better off getting closer to where we want to go and then spying there. I'm not sure if we'll get a lot of information from here.
Sounds good. I mean, if we really want to get a look, I can give us I can get myself an aerial view of the place. I could even do so without being seen.
Interesting.
I was about to say that's a flying Molotov is not subtle.
No, but I can. I've learned a lot from Ghost. My armor has the same cloaking devices that he is wont to use.
I'd just be cautious. A fort is intentionally defended. Perhaps they have... I would just say, if you're going to do it, don't get too close. They probably have ways of detecting.
In my time in the war, would I have? Well, I might not have been to these ones, but these, I guess, frontier forts. Is there? Do I know? Yeah, actually, they have like big anti-aircraft guns, or not necessarily this one, but they're often. These are some of the kind of defenses they might have.
History check.
That's good. 18 plus something. 18 plus, so 20.
20, yeah. Yeah, I don't think you would have been to this fort specifically, but some of them definitely were outfitted. There's skyships, there's dragons, there's, things that can fly and be used in war. This being the nation of Karnath, they were the ones that were supplying a lot of military support, so I would imagine their forts would be equipped in some way.
I would say stuff
Yeah.
in similar during our conversation of what to do.
And just on that, I'll just be right back quickly.
Yeah, I don't think we need to necessarily follow, spy on the fort, but I think Molokov's plan here will be periodically as we are making this dash north, I'll sort of jump in the air and sort of watch for pursuers.
Yeah, is Vetica, that's where we're trying to get to?
Yeah.
Or are we trying to go through Karnath to somewhere else?
Because we're trying to get to
Vetica is where Josu is.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
So yeah, because we're going some, like, sorry, I can't. It was like 2 months ago, and I didn't write this part down. Where we are going to meet someone we know who could help us with this, or what was the plan?
No, Jarosco's calling a house meeting in Vetica.
Well, Josu's called it in Vetica.
Yeah, so we know that there's a big meeting going on there.
That could potentially be him trying to tidy up the rest of the people that aren't on his team.
Very true.
/ seize control sort of thing. But we also know he's not letting anyone else come to Vetica, and all the train lines have been stopped going in and out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, so we don't know what we're running into.
The plan was to try and contact someone we knew and see, and then when we tried, we realized that no one else was gonna be there, essentially. It's like on lockdown. The messages getting in or out.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, the only people we know there are the Jarosco members.
Yeah.
The head of Jarosco as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's their kind of house of operations. That's their main facility.
Mm.
Yeah. So Josu's gone there from Shan and called this meeting.
Yeah. And not that our characters know that, but we did just watch a cutscene of some potentially fucked up shit going on.
I was just encouraged that it wasn't yellow eyes, so I thought that's
yeah. No, it's not yellow eyes, but it sounds pretty necrotic to me.
I think we have already seen green eyes are Warforged eyes.
Of course. All right. Yeah, gotcha.
As Jono said, it's been a while.
All right, so
yeah.
So we're going to Vetica with the intention of trying to see if we can disrupt what Josu's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I couldn't remember if we were going to Vetica because that's where some dude that we had a contact that might be able to help us with the Iron Flask was. But yeah, it was a different thing.
I don't even know if we've looked into someone to help us with that yet.
No,
maybe not.
Thought about asking Gatherhold and Puck's contacts, but then kind of decided that we don't know the extent of who knows who, and yes, you can trust Puck's house, but I think you all kind of decided let's just keep it to ourselves for now.
And also the time frame on that could have been, getting letters to and from, and
the
potential for letters to be intercepted, and
I think we like briefly discussed the potential of an important item at the dinner, and then that I think the Puck's leader man guy, without telling him what it was basically like, if you've got something, keep it safe, keep it to yourself. You guys are
keep it safe.
Sort of strong enough to hold on to it until we figure some shit out.
Yeah. Cool. So, standing outside Fort Zombie, with a fire being set in the station. Are we doing a flyover? What's the
So I imagine we're sort of going. We've come out, because I imagine we've come up from the south and we've almost had to run south again. So I imagine our plan now is that we're going to try and give a wide berth around sort of the eastern side.
Yep.
And yeah, something like that.
Nice. Here's something I prepared earlier.
Something just like that, and then almost follow the broken lightning rail
Sure.
up to Vedika. I think sort of going over with the crew and hearing Jalug's sort of description of what's going on. I think Molokov would like to know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily in the fort, but I think as we sort of start making that, Molokov will hop off of Tanglefoot. Tanglefoot. Tangle Toes, Twinkle Toes, and
these nicknames are not landing with Tanglefoot as well. Trying each one, and it's just like no.
And sort of not knowing, like maybe handing the reins to Puck. Now that he's back on Swiftscale, I'll follow you guys. You'll be easy to spot from the air, I think. And sort of, I want to know if we're being pursued. And I think sort of letting the party start making that journey around. The metal wings unfold, and almost as they are, I will cast invisibility, and you see just the metal plates just start flipping and sort of almost from the center. Yeah, and from the center outwards, I will turn invisible. And that lasts an hour, so I should have some fair time to do this. And yeah, I would like to. I think I'll just fly sort of back to where we, it's sort of keeping, probably a fair bit in the air, 100, 200 feet. I'm not looking for specifics. I'm not looking for people in particular or anything. I am looking at the state of the fire. To make sure, see how, if we've completely blown up this train or and see sort of what's happening there. Are they putting it out? Do they even care?
Right.
And then B, are we being followed? Is there a group coming up behind us? And if they are they continuing south as we sort of deviate off east? Sorry. Or do they, are they good trackers, and are they able to actually follow us? So I think, I would be staying sort of in the air. I imagine I'll be high enough that I'll actually be able to keep clocking the party.
Sure.
Okay, so
give me 3 perception checks. And I'll hear each of the numbers. That's going to determine what the next kind of hour involves. As everyone else does that kind of wide berth around the fort and starts making their way towards the rail line.
Yep. All right. Perception check number 1 is a 17 plus. I think my perception's 1. Let me get onto that. Perception is 1, so that's an 18 on the first one. Not bad. We use a different dice for each one. We're back. Cool.
I don't know what that was. Everyone dropped out from me and then came back.
It wasn't just me then.
No, that must have been Discord.
Oh, cool. I was like, oh no!
Exclamation marks, and then came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 18 for the first one.
Yep.
A 16 for the next one.
Nice,
Jeez.
nice.
Perception is not usually my. There'll be this. I shouldn't say anything. This last one's going to fucking. I spoke way too soon. The last one's a 4.
Ah, classic. Okay, so you start your flight over Fort Zombie. And yeah, you know to keep a distance of height as you come around. And the first thing you obviously see is the carriage at the back of this train engulfed in green flame. And around the carriage, you see a couple more of these Modron units floating around, trying to almost scan the area. Looks like they're collecting data. But in and amongst them are probably a handful, maybe 7, 8 Warforged soldiers. They are not disguised. They are not, have a cloak on of another person or anything. They are steel-covered Warforged soldiers. And you can tell this because the attire is pretty light on them. They don't. It's not like someone wearing armor per se. They are attempting to put out the fire, whether that be through a hose or some other magical means or whatever. They are attending to this carriage. You kind of take
yeah, sorry. I was just going to ask, do they seem, I don't know quite how to word, like a ragtag, like you mentioned their armor and stuff. Does it seem sort of mismatched? Or am I too far away to sort of see that sort of stuff?
Probably a bit too far away, but it does not look like a uniform.
Yeah, that was the main thing. I was wondering if they were all wearing like
It might not be rags, but it is definitely not a tailored uniform. And they attempted to put this out. Further back, you see the front of the train, and you see almost more bulkier Warforged, kind of just keeping guard a little bit. They don't seem to be freaking out. They seem to be putting out the fire. It's very clean-cut actions. Further up, you see that towards the top of the station, there is obviously collapsed arches and roadblocks for the train. So they've obviously made that a distinct, that seems intentional. On top of some of the walls, you see ballistas that are kind of angled up, but they are not manned. I guess you see unpacking gear, so like equipment used to like store food and such like that. There's definitely a building that you can't see in, but it looks like it's the main kind of center of the place. No one seems to be exiting or entering. And then I guess to the east of the city, you see a few Warforged rolling out what look like 2-wheeled vehicles.
To the east of the city, you say?
To the east of the city.
Yeah, so they're not idiots.
And then dotted around the city, you see these spherical Modrons.
That's within the city itself.
Within the city itself. And where do I do go with this one? Would roll a d6.
Yep. It's a 6.
6. So what I'm going to say is, unfortunately, you do not clock where your party went, but you do clock one of the Warforged holding a Modron, almost looking at it, like he is watching something on it. and then you kind of feel your invisibility coming up to the end,
Yeah.
and you will lose your invisibility before you get back to the party.
Yeah. I would have, being that it's an hour, I would have, sort of, I imagine all of that was almost a circuit of the city,
Yep.
giving it a fair berth. And then sort of in that the last like 10 minutes would probably have started
Yep.
just knowing that the plan was follow the tracks,
Sure.
pretty much, or maybe not, ride on the tracks, but
Yep.
almost like the flying car and
Yep.
in the
Harry Potter.
the second Harry Potter. I will start like almost just sort of skimming along and making my way north along the tracks, keeping a probably actually maybe not skimming along. I probably will still, being that I've lost track of the party. Will probably be quite high up still, trying to look out for them.
So as you try and find them, the rest of you riding forward, and you circle wide of the city, and then come back in and you find the tracks again. And not all the pylons are destroyed. It's only the first 10 to 30 pylons outside the city. So by the time that you guys round up to them, it's been damaged, but you can tell that the effort has kind of stopped further on. As all of your dinosaurs kind of get into the line and start going. You kind of check behind you. There's no sign of Molokov, although he is invisible, so you're pretty sure he'll find their way back. Is there anything the rest of the party is doing as they kind of travel on up the lightning rail?
I think after a certain point, it's like he's taking his time. You think he's all right?
I assume we would hear if things were going astray. Sort of looking back, looking up into the sky, sort of thing. But
You don't really see anything.
I might.
he did have
Oh, you go.
he did have an hour of invisibility. I'm hoping he left their line of sight before he becomes visible again.
I'm sure. I'm gonna take out my horn of silent alarm.
Oh, yes.
600 feet. Not very far,
No.
but I'm gonna try it.
Okay. You blast the horn, and Molokov, you do hear it as you kind of turn around, and you've been flying in front of the party this whole time, and they are the Hogwarts Express coming up behind you.
Brilliant. Just as I planned it.
And then, you guys all see Molokov, about 400 or 500 feet in front of you.
Very
Drop his
determined
invisibility.
ahead, and then as the horn goes, almost just stops dead. But yeah, we'll loop back around.
Nice.
Land back down in front. I think sort of we'll pretty quickly, as the wings fold back up, we'll mount back up again.
Oh, yes, yep. No check needed this time.
Lovely. Yeah, sort of still very tentative and like lots of pats on the neck before he jumps back up. But yeah, we definitely need to keep moving. I don't know what they were, but they seem they have vehicles of some sort, and they were coming out east. So they're not stupid. I think they know exactly who we are and what we were doing there.
Perhaps it's best if we don't stay exactly on the track then. Perhaps we go further west of the track and follow the river north.
I think we're better off going east. The river is likely to be well, people will be on the river fishing or traveling along it. I think we're better off sticking east, maybe just far enough that we're slightly out of view of the train, but we can head that way if we get lost.
Sure. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading this here. Cool. Come back to the map. So you're sticking to the track, or at least just a little bit off it.
I think probably keeping it in sight. Maybe
Yeah, I was thinking
periodic.
for-
I think a fair bit off it
Uh-huh.
for the sake of not being right on the obvious path. But yeah.
Yeah, nice. So as you carry on, you leave Fort Zombie behind you, not knowing whether you are being persuaded or pursued or not just yet, but Molotov, you did clock them gearing up for something. You ride for a few more hours before the sun starts getting pretty low in the sky. You know that you've got a couple of days' ride ahead of you. Question is are you going to ride through the night, or are you going to? How are you going to? It's still pretty flat land around here. There's like rolls in the hills, little mounds and stuff, but you can't see Fort Zombie anymore. You've rode far enough away from it. Maybe if you really squinted, you could see a paper thin line in the distance of the smoke rising up. It was a pretty big fire. But you've definitely made some distance between you and Fort Zombie. But now you kind of have plains on either side of you. It's quite open.
Yeah, I think my vote would be ride through the night, especially if we're on flat land at the moment. There's not really going to be anywhere to shelter anyway. I think my vote would be ride through the night, and then set up camp as the sun starts rising in as hidden a spot as we can get. And potentially make that the cycle. So camping through the day, traveling at night. But that's just my vote. That's not.
Yeah, that could work. What does everyone else think?
I don't have strong opinions either way. I'm pretty easy with it. Like probably slight preference for, moving through the day and sleeping at night, but doesn't really matter either way to him. It's a couple of nights. We can get close enough, find somewhere kind of a little more hidden just around Vedekar, and then, work out the next step there.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just set up this. I'm just trying to do two things at once. Okay. Move that there. Do that there. All right. Could someone please roll me a d20?
Eight.
8. Nice. Let me get your tokens. All right. As you start to ride through the night and it gets darker, you eventually approach a bit of a rocky outcrop. And as you do, you hear a grunting from behind one of the large rocks. Whoa, that was way too big. Coming through here, the sun is setting. This whole landscape is pretty quiet, pretty dead. And as you kind of come around these rocks, you hear the grinding of almost metal on metal. Losing sight of the daylight, green smoke plumes up from behind one of these rocks. And as you kind of slow yourselves down, out from behind it are two horns of a bull, but it is extremely large. And as a nice little random encounter, you have stumbled upon the sleeping spot of a gorgon. And I'll just load you into the map now.
Like Medusa?
No, not Medusa. Here we go. So actually, I'll let you all get onto your mounts.
Oh, I'm under it.
Let's just reduce the height of that. This creature here, it's like a metallic bull sort of thing. And we can
correct me
roll...
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the symbol of House Cannith, isn't it?
It is, yes.
There.
Yeah.
Interesting.
As it kind of like gets up on the rock as you've kind of approached it at night when it should be resting.
At night.
And we will all roll for initiative. Oh God. I get to roll my first roll. Oh, not great. It's an 8. Ghost can get out of there. Oh, where'd you go, Puck?
I was just going to say, I don't think I'm on this initiative.
Oh, there you are. Head turn. Yes, I'll put the mounts off to the side, but you can assume that you are all on your mounts, which have the stat blocks of a clawfoot, and then they've got the bonuses that you have, but we can always remind you of those. All right, so this thing looks pretty pissed off that you've kind of approached its home, and it looks like it kind of puts its head down, scruffs its hoof on the rock a little bit, and looks like it's ready to charge. So let me reorder that. Puck, you go first.
I have a mechanical question for you.
Yes.
If I use steady aim, as a bonus action, you can give yourself an advantage on your next attack roll on your current turn. You can't use this bonus action, but you can use this bonus action only if you haven't moved this turn. And after you use the bonus action, your speed is 0 until the end of the current turn. I'm on a mount.
Yes. So I think
as long
you can steady
I
aim.
can shoot if I haven't moved yet, but then I could still move after, or...
Yeah, you can move after, like, because you can...
Because
move your
I'm not
mount
the one
as a-
doing it.
I think rules is written as a mount. Like when you're on your mount, your speed is their speed. And so
Right.
you kind of have a shared thing, but it's whether or not I think that would maybe apply more to like our mounts, being that we're directly controlling them, whereas Swiftscale, who you're a bit more, you two are a bit more in tune and a bit more of a team. I think he could probably act a bit more independently, whereas like we'd probably have to spur them. But I think rules is written with mounts, your speed is shared, and
Yeah,
so like
mounts come up
when
so
you-
infrequently.
yeah, except for this campaign.
Well, yeah. Up to you, Reese. How do you want to do it?
Yeah.
I mean, the first Google answer is yes, you can move on a mount after using Rogue Steady Aim. It says your speed is reduced to 0, not the mount's. The mount can still move.
That's how I read what was
Yeah.
there, but yeah.
Would you be good with Swift Scale can move half its movement if you steady aim because you're like really controlling it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so
Fine.
let's do that.
Um,
Because also Swift Scale knows you've connected with Swift Scale a lot more.
yeah. So, okay, this is that annoying thing about turn order in the way that it really messes with things. I'll have to hope to do this on my next time. I'm going to look over to Jalug and point at the ring on his finger and give him a nod. And then I'm going to draw my hand crossbow and shoot this thing.
Nice.
And I'll use the steady aim. So
Yep.
it gives me advantage on the attack. That's a... Sorry, click to the right page. There we go. 12 plus... Hand crossbow. 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
And I will use sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Sneak attack. Sorry, wrong thing. 4, 5 for that, plus 1 for that. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. It's 15...
Ain't no creature in the wilderness going to stop us.
25... 31 points of piercing. Well, I guess, do I need to break up what that is in terms of...
I don't believe so. Immunities, no.
Yeah, so that's 31 points of damage.
Nice.
That's crazy. Okay. And then, sorry, the last thing I've got to check is what my special ability with my thing was. Once per long rest can dash and disengage while on Swift Scale. And I have advantage on initiative apparently as well. Okay.
To take even more first.
Yes. That's okay. I think I'm going to... So I can move 20 in that case, which would get me... Oops, wrong thing. What's 20? 20's to there. Kind of feel like this thing is going to have a charge attack, so it makes sense to sort of spread us out a little bit.
Looks like it's gearing up for it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go over there. And that's going to be... Oh. Yeah, that's all my stuff. Yeah, that's my turn. Yep.
Nice. Jaluk, Puck looks over to you and gives you a kind of a nod pointing at your ring. What would you like to do?
Oh, sorry. That was I triggered the ring thing. Was that? Did you include that or not?
Oh, I did not, and that would change things. But I didn't know if you need to do that on your turn. Was my thought.
No, sorry. I think it's a it's just a reaction, and I can use a reaction out of initiative order. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. In that case,
makes it a crit hit.
Yes. So I will add a bunch of 1, 2. That's an additional 36 points of damage.
God damn.
Thank you very much.
The bolt goes through it as you feel the ring's power imbue upon it, and just rips through the steel torso of the thing.
Nice.
Now it's Jaluk's turn.
That was a big turn in that case, so that's good. That's the end of my turn.
Yeah. And kicks into the flank, and Red Fang is going to charge up at the Gorgon. Straight line.
Nice.
No mucking about. Because if it moves at least 20 feet straight towards the creature, so it's going to make an attack. So as it comes up and like with this sort of almost a pounce attack with his claw, which, sorry, I've got to load up his thing, plus 5. That'll be probably miss. 12 to hit with the claw.
12 is not. It scratches at this thing and barely like dents it.
I think it gets to do. Oh no, it has advantage on attack roll because it's pack tactic. Am I part of its pack if I'm on its back or not?
I think it needs to have flanking, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
is it just...
it's weird. It says no. It's pack tactics. So as long as there's a an ally within 5 feet. Now, there's meant to mean.
Yes.
All right, so that is one better. So that's a 13. So probably not.
Still not.
But I'm hoping that was a little bit of a distraction as I'm going to have a swing. Well, first of my attacks with the blade, blade. That's much better. That is a 24 to hit.
That'll hit. As you kind of like light up this like dusk setting.
Yeah. With 14 points of damage.
14, nice.
And then I think my second attack, I think I'll chuck it in with the sharpshooter, not sharpshooter, whatever it's called, Great Weapon Master, so -5. So that is a total of 22.
To hit?
To hit, yes.
Yeah, 22 hits.
Awesome. 28, but I'm going to chuck in also chuck my psionic power into this second one. The first one was like not so a D8. So it's 28. That's 34 points of damage, and they need to make a strength save to avoid being knocked down, I think it is.
That is
So
21 on the strength.
I'm pretty sure that passes it. But that was 30. So that's 38 points of damage.
Nice. Absolutely, just like carve through this thing. It looks pretty hurt at this point.
And that's that's me, just chilling there.
Nice. Next up is Hera.
Yes. Just grabbing another D8. I will sort of follow suit and flank a little bit. So I will ride over to that way, sort of spreading out. And I will sort of one hand leaning down and sort of staff over the top, like out like that, turning, and I will just shoot off a ray of sickness at this.
Nice.
So that's going to be 24 to hit.
24 does hit.
Oh, fucking shocking roll. For 18 poison damage.
18 poison damage. Nice.
Yeah.
No, that is not one of its immunities. So 18 damage goes through. Nice.
And he has to make a con save.
Oh. Okay. Con is okay. It's not bad. 9 plus so 15.
15. So he's
Sorry,
poisoned.
13. 13.
He's poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Ooh. Not great. Kind of like falters down, and you can see like the mechanics inside it, like trying to work, but they're all getting jammed up by this ray of sickness.
And that's all I'll do.
All right. It will gear up and kind of move its hoof. If it moves at least, it needs to move first. That's all right. What it's going to do is it's going to attempt to gore you, Jalug, as it's kind of locked in combat with you. So that is 2 swings of its horns.
I believe poisoned makes it disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yeah. Oh, and one of them is a natural 20, and the other one is a 3. So that one like gets stuck into one of the rocks, and it pulls it out, and then goes for its second attack at disadvantage. Okay, that's not as bad. So 12 plus. So dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits. I assume that it's me as opposed to the
Yeah,
yeah.
it is
Yeah,
you.
so that hits.
And so that will be 18 points of piercing damage. As it kind of rears up, and it's not going to move back, as it kind of is going to stand its ground at the top of here, but it kind of like breathes out this green smoke, and you kind of get a whiff of it, and your vision starts to blur a little bit, but it doesn't use that attack this turn. Molkov, back in the pack.
Back in the pack. All right, work with me here, buddy. Sort of give a sharp flick of the reins. And we sort of bolt forward about 10 feet, 15 feet there. All right, get out of harm's way. And I'll sort of jump up out of the reins. And sort of as he's in the air there, the crackling energy comes over the armor. I will almost appear in the air above him, and he sort of grabs, as he's coming down, grabs one of the horns and tries to slam it against the ground. I'm just going for a normal attack, but with the fist, which is plus 10 now, so that's an 18.
18 does not hit.
Just slips off as he makes the landing. And then sort of as he gets his feet on the other side, I will move round probably there to get the flanking, hopefully. And then just go for a hit in the gut with the fist.
Love it.
For a 21.
21 does hit.
Cool. D8. Remember how everything works. For just 9 points. 10 points of thunder damage.
10 points of thunder damage. You bash into it, and it kind of like half falters down to the ground. Still standing though.
Cool. That's all I got.
That's all you got. All right. At the end of the round, as everyone's kind of like rounding up on this thing, it kind of like gives a huff as it kind of creaks down. You can hear the metal grinding on each other, but it kind of rests for a bit. Green smoke comes out, and then you hear the rev. And as you look to the south, and dust piles are coming up as 5 riders approach at speed. Very proud of me multitasking and making this token during this combat. As 5 of these guys pull up at the bottom of the map.
They look sick as fuck.
They're not that big. Here we go. But that brings us to Puck's turn.
And so you said there's multiple of them, right?
Yeah, there'll be about 5 of them.
Yeah, cool.
So
I
let me
I need to see what they're doing before I decide what I'm doing, unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe 16. Okay. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Are they like approaching threateningly?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Like I don't know.
And I imagine these are the vehicles I would have described.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, yeah. What that does, I roll their initiative now. Oh, that's not too bad. 11. So they're going to go right after Hera.
Cool. Puck is going to see that bull thing looks really hurt. It probably doesn't need his attention anymore. The others are going to be able to take care of that. And he's going to charge in down here. Can I get there? I can get there too. Yeah, I'm going to charge into the center.
Nice. Like, right in front of these things, like coming at full speed.
Yeah, and as they come, I'm going to line up my first shot on... probably on the one that's in the far corner.
Okay, sure.
And I'm going to shoot that with my hand crossbow.
Yep.
I will take sharpshooter, so -5. And that was probably a good choice. That's a 23 to hit.
That would definitely hit. Go for damage.
Great. I'm going to put sneak attack into this. 5, is that correct? 5? No, 6. 6 of those. That is... oh, that's a lot of ones. There's 3 ones on my die.
Oh, no.
That's 15 plus 10, so 25.
Nice. Still standing.
Yep.
Still riding.
And then because I've used that, I'm going to use Whales from the Grave, and that's going to be...
oh, cool.
3d6 on probably the one, like just one to the left.
Get that radius out of here, Dale.
It's subtle.
That is a lot better. That is 13 points of necrotic damage. So that's to
that's
to a different one.
Yeah.
Yep.
13.
And then thematically, this is all as I charge in. And then I'm going to shoot the one on the end again.
Nice. So shoot the one on the end. A green cry of necrotic energy flicks to the next one, and then you aim for that guy again.
Yep. And I'm again going to take sharpshooter.
Nice.
That is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit. Go for damage.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Sweet. That's max. That is... was that 22 points of damage?
22 points of damage as like shoot and this whale comes out, and then you just line it up again and sort of scale like almost hunches down so you can take that aim, fire again, and this guy, you just bolt goes through the head and it starts wobbling, speed wobbles, and the bike just goes. Can you roll me a d6, please? 4. As it like crashes down, and you see it like crumple into the ground as you kill this guy.
Sick. And then last thing I'll do right as I get up to this other guy, I'm just drawing like Swift Scale and I have that connection, and I'm going to hands off the reins, driving by like my knees and my ankles, and I'm going to draw my flame tongue.
Nice. Ignites up. Cool. Jalud,
It
you
technically
hear
it's a bonus. I think it's a bonus action to light it. So I unfortunately can't light it up.
Okay. It starts to give that green simmer.
Yeah.
You hear the roar of these motorbike contraptions coming up behind you, but this thing is still fighting fiercely in front of you. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I think doesn't even spare a look behind at this stage, and is going to take a swing at the big metal bull in front of him.
Yep.
With advantage, I believe. So that's good. 23 to hit.
23 does hit. Go for damage.
And this will be D10. I get to re-roll ones because I think that, and it's a
Nice.
2, which I could also
Oh.
re-roll, but I don't think you can keep re-rolling. So that's 20 plus the another one of the psionic things for another 8, so 28 points of damage.
Nice.
And again, for what it's worth, needs to make a strength save just because it's part of the deal.
Ooh. That's a 14.
Well, that's annoying because now I need to actually look up what my thing is because it's always a lot. I don't. It might even be close. No, it is a 14. My thing
So
is 14.
beats
So I
it.
think yeah. I was like, oh, this actually might have come up.
Nice.
So then I will take my second attack on this thing as well. I'm not going to bother with the advantage because that's a natural 20
Oh, here we go.
with a 10 on the thing. So that's huge. So 28 points of damage.
Nice. How do you want to take this thing down?
Yeah, well, I think maybe the first one, just still going into the maybe the first strike hit one of that paw that went down, the hoof that went down and sort of lowered it a little bit, which has allowed the second strike, still teetering, balancing on the back of Red Fang, but locks in, puts the knees into hold in place, and is able to just bring the sunblade down through the blackness through the back of the neck of this Gorgon as it sort of had to slink down.
Slumps to the ground, and you just see Molokov standing on the other side. Gives a nod.
And then movement-wise, am I able to use
Yes.
Red Fang to dash or not? Because Red Fang hasn't taken an action.
Yeah, so you can dash on Red Fang.
Sweet. I will do so. So that's 40, and then I can move in, and I guess I'll just go to here. There's no point being next to. I'll go to the far one because there.
Yep.
And with my bonus action for taking out a guy with a thing, I get to make a bonus action attack. So
of course you do.
We do that. So that is a.
I'm now having flashbacks to the creation forge.
Yes. Yeah. That is a 19.
19 will hit. Go for damage.
All right. That is the 27 points of damage.
Holy smokes! Can you roll me d6, please?
The Great Weapon Master is pretty good. That's also a 4.
That's also a 4. You just come in and swing down on this guy, cutting straight through the engine of this thing, and the bike just goes off in 2 different directions, and he just pummels into the ground.
Sweet. And then I think I've got like another little bit of movement, so I'll just move in there next to it, and that's it.
Yeah.
But again,
Nice.
That's kind of uses a lot. Very tempted to action surge, but I won't.
Oh, fuck. Just clean up the whole thing. Okay, cool. So that brings us to Hera. who is radiusing like there's no tomorrow.
Just having a look, mate. Just having a look.
Of course, of course.
Well, Puck's awfully nimble and evasive, but Jaluga's not. So
Not with that attitude.
nah. How slippery you feeling, Jalug? No. I will.
I can evade by just tanking a shot.
Bear in mind the dinosaurs.
Having like 100 HP must be nice. I will. Yeah, no, fuck 'em. Meters of space. Sort of keep following that curve around and sort of come up towards Molokov a little bit, turning and like hearing these engines roaring. We'll sort of halt to a stop, sniper out with the staff, and I'm just gonna chuck a firebolt at this guy down here.
Nice.
Ugh. For a 12?
12 does not hit.
Didn't think so. That's fine. That's fine.
Just goes straight past them. They're like ducking and weaving on these things. They're kind of like, now you're getting a look at them, they're like wide, tired, like for going across desert and mud, and it's very bulky, kind of.
I'm 100% imagining like Space Marine bikes.
Yes, that's exactly kind of it. Like those wide tires, the kind of clamped on metal as it's kicking up dust behind it.
That's all I will probably do though. Just sort of get that shot off and just sit there and try and sort of line them up as they're
Nice.
riding towards us.
Alrighty, so let's go right to left. The first one will Jaluga's come in nice and heavy, but Puck was here first. So they are going to make an attack on Puck. I think they're pretty close, so they're just going to kind of reach out with like a blade and try and hit you first with a blade. So that is a dirty 20.
Hits.
That'll do 11 points of slashing damage.
And I'll use my reaction to half that.
Nice. And then it's going to use its flyby to disengage. Go 40 feet up here. And turn around and pulls out like it almost looks like a pistol with a bubble on top, and throws it back as this orb flies through the air towards Puck. And I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Con save. Oh, I have advantage on con saves. Oh, because I have soul trinkets, which is good. Because
nice, yeah.
Hey, that's a lot better. That's a 19.
19. As this orb comes by you, and you kind of duck out of the way of it, kind of like craning your neck a little bit, but then you remember that, like, with your soul trinkets, a memory kind of move your shoulder just in time, and the detention orb flies past you. As the other two they're both going to do a flyby. And this, can you see the line that I'm drawing?
No.
Okay, it basically goes
now I see
through the two of you. Yeah. So he'll come past and do one sword attack on Jalug. Not great. That's a 17 total. No, so clings the sword, but comes past and then fires a detention orb back at you, Jalug. So that's a Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw con. Oh, 21.
21. You bounce this thing off you. As you see it like bounce into the ground and like encapsulate a rock and kind of hold it in stasis on the ground. And then the last one is going to go the opposite way up this way and just fire an orb at Hera. So Constitution saving throw, please.
18.
18. Bounce it off you as it kind of like hits a plant near your feet and encapsulates this plant and puts it in stasis. But that is all they can do there. So the Gorgon is dead. Molotov, you're up. And someone's firing things at people.
Yeah, they sure are. All right, the battlefield's changed a little bit. How far away is everyone? 40 feet, 40 feet, 55 feet. They're all like in motion, aren't they? They're all like...
Yeah.
No, that's kind of... That's all right. I kind of like that. Oh, fuck, that's probably not going to work anyway. They're probably not going to hit me. So if that was there, that'd be 40, and then if that was there, how far away are you guys? 60. Okay. Nah, that one fired at here, so we're not going to let that stand. The wings spread out, and he pulls a crank, and these green flames start just shooting out of the wings as I launch myself forward. I'm casting Ashadalon's Stride as a bonus action, which will give me 20 extra feet of movement speed.
Yep.
And some extra things, which we'll get to when I get close. And just launching myself over the body of this Gorgon. I will launch myself forward and then sort of beat the wings as I land in front of him, and he's almost engulfed in this bit of flame, and no save whatsoever or anything. He just takes 5 points of fire damage.
Sure thing.
There's no... I was like reading it. I was like, oh, they just take it.
Where's the catch?
That's cool. It's if you move within 5 feet of a creature, it just takes 1d6 fire damage.
DMs hate when you use this trick.
But yeah, as I sort of he's sort of engulfed in that flame, and as I like sort of skid to a halt in front of him, I'm thinking almost he is aiming for the bike, like he's almost just trying to shove his arm in the spokes of the wheel. But I will just make an attack roll for a natural uno. So I will try that again. Sort of just getting used to these jet flames and all of that billowing around. He's
It's a lot of commotion happening in one spot.
Yeah. I will try again for that's much better, for a 22.
That'll hit.
And that is 13 points of thunder damage.
Nice.
And that'll be that.
Nice. All right. Back to top of the round. Puck, you're up.
Cool. I think I'm gonna use my bonus action to light up my flame tongue.
Sword, yep.
Or hang on, just gotta do some measuring. And that's Otherwise, I can't do sneak attack. That's the annoying part here. Uh, Doesn't really help, does it? All right, I'm just going to charge in to the furthest one away and bonus action ignite my flame tongue and then hit it with the flame tongue blade.
Bonk.
That's annoying. It's a natural 20. Only annoying because I can't put sneak attack.
Oh,
into
not
attack.
sneak attack? Yeah.
That is 2 fire. All right, so that's... Oh, wow, okay. 34 plus 5, so 39 points of damage.
Nice. You just ignite this flame blade and cut straight up through the bike and the person. Can you roll a d6, please?
2.
2. Yeah, you just carve straight up between the two of them, and they just kind of slide off each other, killing them.
Cool. That I have used my bonus action. That's basically all I can do, but I'm pointing my blade at this other guy who's near me.
Sure.
Oh, actually, I can move back. I'm going to move back to give advantage.
Yeah, nice.
For Jalug. Yep.
You circle around this second to last biker as Jalug. It's your turn.
He's tempted to just go the other way, but I think I'm out of range. I can dash with the guy to get to there.
Yeah.
Um,
Who's your favorite, Puck or Molotov?
No, all right. I'll go for the one. I'll go for Puck's one, and then and then move up. So I think that's 20 feet to there. I'm going to take a big old advantage swing.
Nice.
The first one's better. So that is an 18.
That would yes.
Okay. That is 28 points of damage.
Cool. Not quite enough to get him, but he's pretty weak.
I will.
You just like left
That's
off
all
an
right.
arm.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go again. That's better. No, it's higher. 19 plus.
Yep, go for damage.
Yeah. Reroll a 2 into a 4. So that's 22 points of damage.
Nice. This one does it as you just bring it straight back through. And can you roll me a d6, please?
3.
3. Nice. As you just cut him straight off the bike as it speeds off and crashes into a rock.
And so I've got that was 20, so I got another 20 feet of movement there.
Nice.
So I will do that, and then again spurring him on to dash with red painted dash with his action.
Oh, he's going to do both of them. Look at this guy.
So I can get to there, but I can't get I can't get to the advantage. But we'll use the bonus action for taking a guy out.
Yeah.
Natural 20. This is insane. My damage again. I have not. I would say I need to bring a set of dice. I love these set of dice. These will be good ones. I can re-roll a 1 into a 4. So that's so you do max damage plus what you roll plus that. So it's 32 points of damage.
Yeah. How do you want to take this last guy out?
I think maybe he's just so into it, and he just can't quite. Jalug's just can't quite reach with. Is so desperate to get to that swing that he kind of starts tumbling off Red Fang and just commits into the attack and is falling. And so using that extra power of the slice as he sort of falls out of the saddle, but using that momentum to just jam into, like, cut across the handlebars of the bike and just
Nice.
get into like the fuel tank or something, and just
Love it.
falls, rolls onto the ground and stands up.
And roll me a d6 as well.
A 1.
Yes. Okay. So as you come through the bag, you see that spark and explodes. So I need you and Malkov to do a dex save, please.
I had a fit.
Oh,
Oh, it's a
yeah.
dick save.
I think that
even.
makes the desperation fall.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a natural 20.
Nice.
That's a 7 for me.
A 7. So you take 15 points of fire damage, and Malkov, you take half as the bike explodes. And
I think that's very fitting. Just
Yeah, yeah,
desperation swing, not actually thinking about where he's going.
and combat ends there as it goes quiet once more.
The jets on Molokov's wings just, and then like one starts like petering out, and then shit, like almost like flapping the wing, trying to like put the other one out. Folds them back in. Well,
Everyone okay?
Those were our pursuers.
This round of them, at least.
Hopefully, that puts them off for a moment. I don't like how quickly they can follow us, though. Now,
So now it's nighttime.
cool. Now I know there was a lot of destruction in amongst all of that we were doing, and they definitely won't get anything off that last one. And this is almost less for me, and it's something I know both Michael and Ghost would be kicking himself for missing.
Yeah.
And so I think I will even use my advantage for the session being almost, this isn't even this is always something I think Ghost would have been doing, and I will help him.
Yep.
But we're going to go around and see if we can pick up enough pieces of bike to make a bike. Not obviously. I know none of these are intact enough to. But I think if we could try and find enough to.
Okay, you can give me an intelligence roll with advantage, and then I will look at putting something together next session for what that looks like.
Yeah. And again, like it would be something we'd have to work on.
Yes, yeah.
When we've got time and all of that. Thought I'd get the pieces and shove them in the briefcase. Thank God for advantage, because that's an actual 1 on one of them. But that's a 14. 14 plus 4, an 18 on the other one.
Okay. So 18 is pretty solid. So yeah, you can definitely go around and you kind of crank out a wheel and look at the handlebars and maybe even take notes on how it's laid down. But yeah, they're all pretty beaten up.
Yeah. And then shove them into
the briefcase.
Whatever. Yeah, I think he said he doesn't have the briefcase, or like he was.
Someone's got something.
Yeah, no, he's got something. He's still got the bag of holding in some way, but I think he made something else so that he didn't have to carry the briefcase. I think was what he was saying.
Right.
But anyway, whatever he's got, whatever his bag of goodies is now. Have those ready for Ghost when he comes back.
No, I also, while we're maybe I'll walk around with Ghost and Molokov looking through the bikes and stuff. I just want to see if there's any what I could make out to be any sort of tracker or something, or maybe some sort of communication device to relay back to whoever sent them.
Sure. Give me investigation check.
It's 14.
Now, it doesn't seem to be. Seems like they were pursuing. There's like basic navigation on the bikes, but they're all pretty smashed up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard to say.
No, that's good. That's good. Just a thought.
So this is like the Gorgon's lair or
Seems like it
resting
was
place or
making
whatever.
home here. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything around there, like a big, like a cave or, like
Not necessarily
not a
a cave.
nest, but
Yeah, not a cave, but definitely shelter from the elements. The rocks are just kind of placed in those like big slabs that kind of lean up against each other. But other
yeah,
than that,
I'm
it
wondering
looks
if
like it just kind of rests here.
it's a pretty formidable creature. I'm wondering if there's any remains of less equipped groups that might have unfortunately stumbled into its area.
Sure. You can do that check and check the creature as well with a nature check.
Yeah. Oh, let's give it a go. 15 plus 2, 17.
17. You find that the Gorgon has like oils that run through it that kind of keeps the steel from rubbing against each other. So you can get 3 vials of Gorgon oil.
I'll take that and hold on to it until people that actually might do something know what to do with it will pay attention to me at some point. And
then you can also get Gorgon plate, which is one of the plates off the sides. The Gorgon's iron plates are riddled with magic energy. A skilled blacksmith may be able to rework the plates into useful armor and weapons.
sweet. So we have a Gorgon plate. Nice.
Yeah. But other than that, maybe you find like some old rusted swords or a bit of trash around the place, but it's not like it hunts adventurers. But yeah, it's a shelter of anything.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
So now it's kind of almost getting to late night. It's dark. There's no lights on the horizons. There's stars in the sky, like it's a clear night, but you're definitely in the dark of it now. What is the choice here? Are we continuing through the night, or do we want to camp and rest?
Park ourselves between some of these rocks and make a little camp.
Yeah, I mean, as far as we'll mention again, the fact that someone was looking at something, like he had something that could surveil, maybe, and so having somewhere that in this pretty barren place, having somewhere we can shelter underneath is probably a good idea.
Sure. Okay, so we're setting up camp. Are we lighting a fire? Are we keeping pretty low key?
No fire, but no
Doing
fire
a bit
and
of
a watch, I
top
reckon.
Is it cold?
It's warmer than you.
Because this isn't the
as
desert
you've been.
anymore, is it?
It's not the desert, but it's like mid. You can feel that the temperature has dropped, but you're not. The snow is not coming in or anything like that.
I think before we bed down, I know Ghost and I would have done a little bit of cleaning up, taking the things, but I think maybe just doing a bit of dragging the bodies
Sure.
a little bit more out of the way and just making it look a little less like a battleground.
Yep.
I mean, I think the Gorgon's probably fine where it is. That's a beast that clearly does exist in this, like, but like in terms of the riders and their any bits we didn't use, I'll just try and collate them a little bit, and make it look less like a battleground.
Yeah, sure. It takes you like a good hour or so, but you and Ghost kind of work away at that.
I'm going to, after extracting one of the plates, probably smashed up a few of the others poorly in an effort to get one good plate out. I'm going to take a second wind to get some hit points back.
Oh, nice. Before the rest as well. Nice.
You never know.
So as you all correlate together and bring everything a bit more tighter, clean up the battlefield a bit and set up a makeshift camp, especially with the dinosaurs nearby as well. You give them a few rations, share a few rations between yourselves, and then decide on the watch that you'll take through the night. And I think that is where we'll pick up next session to see what goes bump in the night in the Karnathi Plains.